He's lost all ambition.
I've lost all ambition for this show. Hey, fellow watchers. Welcome back to Watching Whatever. I'm Nathan.
Danny.
So we're back here again with House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 6. We're actually jumping right back in, right into the next episode here after Episode 5. I was really curious to find out what's happening here, so we wanted to get right into it. Last we talked about, right, one of the things I pointed out was it can get a little confusing at times. I feel like they're throwing out a little bit too much with all the different people and the families and what each and everyone is plotting. And the other thing we had mentioned is that there's no sole villain to focus on, right? Which again, that kind of throws things off because we don't have someone to focus our attention as far as this is the bad guy or the bad girl or the bad person, right? Or the family or whatever it is. So,
right.
But the show's been getting much more interesting now. I'm really liking it. So we're gonna go on to episode 6 here and figure out what happened. Last we saw is they were having a feast, and Kristen loses his mind and basically beats what's his name again? Laenor's lover.
Yeah.
And basically ruins the whole thing. They have an impromptu wedding, and Viserys collapses. So now I want to find out, is he dead or is he just going to be in a sick bed? Are we going from a wedding to a funeral or not? So that's what's going to happen. So we're going to jump right into this here. But before we start, again, please, for our YouTube watchers, remember to like and subscribe and leave us a comment. Give us your thoughts. Give us, whether it's about the show or the different actors or even, about us and what we're doing here and, what you like about what we're doing, what you don't like about what we're doing, whatever it is. I read all the comments, so please leave a comment for us. It also helps out the algorithm. If you want to check us out on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/watchingwhatever. We do have the first episodes of TV shows on there for free, so you can watch those and check us out and see what you think. For our Patreon viewers, thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you for your support, and we are going to start the show. I'm guessing this is a flashback of Rhaenyra. Or is that supposed to be Viserys? There's like 20 things running through my head right now.
The Queen has requested that the child be brought to her.
I'll take him myself.
You should remain a bed princess.
Yes, I should. Help me dress.
She can't just go.
Oh boy, I've just heard.
Did we just do another time jump?
What is it?
Walk. Walk.
Just climb up and just stare right after having a baby.
Princess, Laenor, it is a privilege to be amongst the first to
Laenor.
congratulate you.
So we actually did do a time jump.
This is absurd.
So if that is Rhaenyra, and if it is Alicent who asked for her, Kristen,
Princess?
the only way for her to stay queen would be is if Viserys is still alive, isn't it? Is he like alive but bedridden and feeble?
Rhaenyra, you should be resting after your labors.
What happy news this morning.
Indeed, Your Grace.
The hell?
You will make a fearsome night.
How is he still alive? Oh gosh.
Called Joffrey.
It's an unusual name for a Valerian.
I do believe he has his father's nose.
How nervous she is that Alicent is holding the baby.
Yeah. Is he missing his arm? He is, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you may get one who looks like you.
Damn. Wait, so is Rhaenyra still with Kristen then?
Don't seem so interested in our affairs, right?
Dang.
Dang, she left a trail of blood.
Mother.
Yeah, they look nothing like their dad.
Who do they look like?
Him? How do you have two Valerians and their kids don't have blonde hair? So Rhaenyra is just like, she went from Kristen to Harwin, like nothing.
Not only are they lacking the Targaryen white hair, but they look literally nothing like their dad, right?
Yeah. Okay, the show's lost me again. Not that I'm confused, but it's just we had this massive time jump and like that can't make up for the stupidity of the show right now. I'm so pissed off right now.
You must hold mastery over your dragon, my
I
young
dar
princess,
la rota got fest me.
as Prince Aegon has with Sunfire.
Si you see out
Once they're fully bound to you, they will refuse to take instruction from any other.
Aemon, we have a surprise for you. You're the only one of us without a dragon.
Behold, the pink dread.
Why is he getting bullied? Isn't it up
Right.
to his parents to have given like, or his sibling to have given him a dragon's egg?
I think they don't like necessarily like hatch when you want them to, and
So we've had a good, what, 15-year time jump, 13-year time jump? Honestly, if I wasn't watching it for this right now, at this point, I would have just paused it and shut it off.
really?
Right. At least for now. I'd probably come back to it later, but for now, just because it's pissing me off. Everything that happened at that wedding scene, and then it's just like, okay, move on. Aemon. Wonder if he's gonna play a vital role.
And 2 pairs of legs on each. That's 240.
Your Grace.
Aemon.
He did it again.
Daddy.
They gave me a pig!
They said they found a dragon for me. The last ring has no legs at all.
They all laughed.
Your grandsons are a menace. They're savages. And it's not surprising.
Your eldest son is part of it.
I have raised this matter before, and you forbade me to speak of it, so I held my tongue. To have one child like that is a mistake. To have 3 is an insult.
I had a black mare once, and the neighboring stallion sired a foal on her. The stallion was as silver as the moon on a winter's night, and the foal chestnut.
What does Corlys think of all this with his grandkids?
Nature is a thing of mysterious works.
Just straight in denial. It reminds me of me, myself, and Irene.
right.
Charlie, those kids' dicks are bigger than these sausages.
The Princess Rhaenyra is brazen and relentless, a spider who stings and sucks her prey dry.
Jump off the ledge. I hate this character.
Whose idea was it? Aemond is your brother. We must defend our own. Do you think Rhaenyra's sons will be your playthings forever? If Rhaenyra comes into power, your very life could be forfeit.
Then I will not.
You are the challenge! You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by living and breathing! And what they know, what everyone in the realm knows, is that one day you will be our king.
Her hair looks so fake right now.
The Valerians, their hair like just bugs me.
So they got married.
In the spirit of honouring our storied alliance, I wish to offer you a permanent residence here in Pentos. The tenants would pay their tributes annually to their new Targaryen lord. The Triarchy has made common cause with Corem Martell of Dawn.
Your Excellence, we are travellers.
It's a most generous offer, and one we will certainly entertain.
We don't belong here.
Valyria is gone, we don't belong anywhere.
I want my child to be born where I was born, on Driftmark. And at my end, I want to die a dragon rider's death.
He's lost all ambition.
I've lost all ambition for this show.
Weapons up, boy. Give your enemies no quarter. Oh, I merely suggest that method be applied to all your pupils.
Engage.
Smoke with him! Stay on the attack!
Enough!
You dare put hands on me!
They're gone!
Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
Your interest in the Princeling's training is quite unusual, Commander. Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin or a son.
Say it again!
Go on as a match.
You have laid us open to accusations. Your intimacy with the Princess Rhaenyra is an offense that would mean exile and death. People have eyes, boy. Yet His Grace the King, it seems, will not accept what his eyes say. You publicly assaulted a knight of the King's Guard in the defense of your...
Defense of your what?
Like, what does she think would happen that everyone's gonna be so stupid and not realize? Like, this is what I meant by like not liking her character. Just the stupidity of it.
I mean, that's how that one maester figured out that Joffrey and his sister, or all of Cersei's kids weren't Robert's kids, right?
Yeah.
Because all of his bastards had brown hair.
Yeah.
My dear wife, I fell down. War is afoot again in the Stepstones, Rhaenyra. After all this time, this is just what I need.
Are you mad? Well, you've been guzzling all the ale in Fleabottom, God knows what besides. Dark rumours are hunting us, Lena. Questions about our son's parentage.
And how is she shifting that blame to him?
You do not desert your post when the storm lashes.
The wise sailor flees the storm as it gathers.
Get out while you still can.
Half of them never do, you know. Hatch.
He wants you and father and Baelor, because you have dragons.
Baelor's dragon was born to her. But if you wish to be a rider, you must claim that right.
We have different Targaryen kids who don't have dragons yet.
So we have her and we have Aemon. Why does her wig make me think of George Washington?
Yeah, that's pretty bad, dude.
Does your brother mention if this one also bears a marked but entirely coincidental resemblance to the commander of the city wall?
Do you never long for home?
No.
You laud the virtues of Pentos, but you have no interest in it. You spend your time here, reading accounts of the same dead dragon lords whose legacy you claim has no hold on you. The man I married was more than this.
I wish to speak. I have felt the strife between our families of late, my queen. My son, Jacaerys, will inherit the Iron Throne after me. I propose we betroth him to your daughter, Helena.
A most judicious proposition.
King, and I thank you for your offer, and we will consider it duly. She is desperate, and now she expects us to ignore her transgressions and for me to marry my only daughter to one of her plain-featured sons.
Plain-featured son.
You may do as you wish, husband, when I am cold in my grave.
Kill her!
I have come to resign my position as Hand of the King. My son, Harwin, has disgraced himself. I can no longer serve you with integrity.
What is this shadow?
Come on, man.
Name it if it casts
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You must have your reasoning in plain language.
You will continue in your service to the crown.
I would then ask leave to take my son from court and escort him back to the family seat at Harrenhal. It is time he assumed his duties there.
Serious? She's crazy.
Yeah, it's like they said in the earlier episodes, right? What Damon said, you're a weak king.
He just loves his daughter, man. I mean, that's blinding his judgment. And he probably doesn't want to seem like he made the wrong decision or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
King had an audience with my father.
He attempted to resign his post. My lord husband refused to accept.
Then he fell short of confessing my brother's transgressions. My father cannot give unbiased counsel to the king.
In all of King's Landing, is there no one to take my side?
And does this dude give you like serial killer vibes?
No, he gives me Littlefinger vibes.
I hate the fact that his name is Laris, man.
A murderer, a deviant, a traitor to the crown. I am prepared to offer you mercy if you're prepared to pay a little price.
No. Okay, that wasn't that bad. So they can't talk?
I've reached the limit of my art. The child will not come.
Are they gonna do what they did with what his brother did?
I could lay open the womb, but I cannot say for a surety whether it lives.
Would the mother survive it?
No.
Exact same position as his brother.
Why?
Lena!
Damn.
I don't understand. Woo. So the kids obviously know he's their dad.
They don't.
They don't? Do they just have a strong affection to this guard? Yeah, if the kid doesn't realize it, he's an idiot too.
I mean, they've probably never told him, and they make him believe like.
Yeah, when they say, "Oh, this is your dad," and you look at your brother, it's like, no.
They probably know in their heart.
He knows. I mean, look at him. He knows.
Is Harlan strong, my father? Am I a bastard?
You are a Targaryen. That's all that matters.
It's true, technically.
No, he is. I mean,
yeah.
His mom's a Targaryen.
Yeah. And that's all that matters.
We're finished here. We're leaving. I have been undermined. They whisper about me in the corridor as well.
What of your position?
The wise sailor flees the storm as it gathers. Bring him. We'll need every sword we can muster.
And she knows why he doesn't want to leave. Is that a firefly?
Yeah, I think that must be their symbol, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was his symbol on his cane. He's having his own brother and father killed. Or his own brother.
What are children but a weakness?
The rat makes an appearance in a lot of these.
But for them, you surrender what you should not. Love is a downfall. Best to make your way through life unencumbered.
Dad.
I'm sorry, but anyone who would kill their own family member, I wouldn't trust.
Yeah, man.
I don't care how much loyalty you show to me, I wouldn't trust you.
You pass judgment.
The Queen makes a wish. What servant of the realm would not strive to fulfill it? I assume you will write to your father now?
I did not wish for this.
I feel certain you will reward me when the time is right.
Crazy.
Yeah, some interesting stuff happened. A lot of questions. This episode really took me out of the show again.
Uh-huh.
To the point where I was literally looking at the clock, wondering when is this gonna end.
Really?
Yeah. Because right. So again, they had another time jump, major one this time, 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
So the characters I just got used to have changed. Not just the actors have changed, but even the way they portray
Right.
the characters have changed.
Right.
Yes, in 10 years they're supposed to have grown up and stuff, but they're not the same anymore. So the way Alicent was acting, the way Rhaenyra was acting, it was like they were just brand new people now. It wasn't even like the old characters grown up, right? So it just really took me out of it, and it was actually more annoying than anything to watch at this point. Right? Because it feels like I'm starting all over. Like this could have been episode 1.
Right. I totally agree. I was about to say that. Like all everything else that we kind of saw was like prologue to this, right?
Yeah.
Because now we have Aegon as like like about the age where he could be the king, right?
But he also seems like a tool.
Right, exactly, right? So obviously, like Rhaenyra would be the better choice for the kingdom because Aegon they haven't portrayed him in the positive light at all. Yeah, right.
I mean, the one scene,
but this is
the one scene we got of him solo was him standing on his window ledge, just wanking it,
Right.
just like
yeah, right. And so, yeah, pretty much like like the whole story of what is the book called, Fire and Blood, and is about the Dance of Dragons, where like two sides of the Targaryen family fight for the throne, right? And so yeah, I mean, this is actually like the heart of the story now, is where we're in a position where we have like the obviously it all comes down to how long can Viserys live and to see like what he wants happen, right? And so now we're at this dangerous point where now the Targaryens have to kind of fight for the throne, right? And we see some participants are willing, some others are unwilling. There's everyone's made all these mistakes and errors so far, and so it seems like like everything that we saw was kind of prologue to this. And for some people, yeah, that really like me too. I was like so confused at the beginning of the episode, and I was like, "What the hell did they just do?" I felt exactly the same way.
Honestly, they could have literally just had someone narrate the first 5 episodes in about 10-15 minutes, giving us the details, and jumped into this. Right. Anyway, so a couple things I have questions of. Actually, one thing I have a question of here was with Lyanna. I think that's how you say her name, right? Lyanna, or is it Lena?
Oh, Lena.
Lena.
Damon's wife.
Yeah, Lena. Why did she have her dragon burner? What? I don't understand that. Right? Because it wasn't it wasn't the fact. Right, the person was saying, because they're saying we could, just like Viserys' former wife, cut her open and maybe save the baby, but we don't know if the baby's alive. It wasn't a definite. So basically, at this point, she took out herself and her baby, as far as we know. Right. I understand she's in pain, she's in misery, but it made no sense to me.
I think for her, it's probably because it's more of a painless death than like we saw what happened to Viserys's wife, right, giving birth, and the chances that so she could die a painful death, like willingly, to kind of possibly have this child live, or she can take control of her own situation and go out as a dragon rider, right?
Okay. Now that you mentioned, That should have come to my mind when she said, I'd rather die as a dragon rider than some old whatever. But at the same time, then it shows that, okay, so you were willing to, unlike what we expect as a parent of someone who would sacrifice for their children, you're willing to take yourself out because of your selfishness rather than trying to save your child.
Maybe
that's what it's showing me.
She knew maybe she knew that the kid didn't have a chance or something, you know.
But there's no guarantee. It's like Schrodinger's cat, right? You don't know until you open that box.
Right. Well, it's like that. There's a possibility that two. Anyway, yeah. Like
So
yeah,
and that was confusing. I understand it more now that you mentioned that with dying as a dragon rider. Okay, so okay, that part's a little bit I understand that a little bit now. But it's very weird, right? Laris, just his character with, he's like, oh, this is what you wanted, so he, he's playing the part, he's sucking up, kissing ass and stuff, but just is, again, so weird.
Yeah, he's a psychopath. He's a bad guy. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he's.
And why is Alicent keeping him around?
Right.
So
I think. Yeah, he's like the whisperer or whatever, right? He's the one who kind of told her about the Rhaenyra getting the
that Rhaenyra's not a maiden and.
Right.
All that so she lied to her.
Right. I think in that instance he gained her trust, you know? Yeah, and I think maybe she feels like beholden to him in some way, and now this was his way of kind of like hooking her. Now they're kind of both complicit in this crime. He could just say, that's what she ordered me to do. I was, like could be that like that kind of thing. Oh man. Yeah, so he's just playing the game, right?
Yeah, but it's just honestly, this episode really lost it for me. I could stop watching from here and be fine.
Okay, I'll ask you a couple of questions that like that I was thinking about. That watching this reminded me again. At this point, then, who do you think deserves to be, or who? Yeah, okay. I don't know how to phrase this question. But
who deserves to be heir?
Who should sit the Iron Throne should Viserys die?
Daemon.
Very nice. Okay, Daemon.
Hands down.
Right? Do you think if he started like a war for the throne, let's say the Rhaenyra claims the throne, maybe half the kingdom will probably say no, it should be the male heir, right? But they will probably vote for Aegon. Right, because once Aegon is born, then he trumps Daemon's claim to the throne. Yeah, right. But you still think Daemon should be on the throne? Should
out of all those people who were qualified, who not qualified, but who are supposed to be in line for the throne, Daemon.
Okay, right. You think his claim to the throne is stronger than Aegon?
No, not that it's stronger. I think he deserves it.
Oh, okay, right. Another question: do you think Daemon actually loved his wife and loves his kids?
His wife, probably not. His kids, okay. I would say yes, in his own way.
Okay. Why do you think he married her?
Political reasons, or just out of boredom, or whatever it is, I mean.
Okay. Political. That's interesting.
Most of these people are, they get married not because they love that person.
Right.
It's just either they were arranged or there's some reasoning behind it, an advantage.
Right. No, that makes sense politically. Like if right now at this point, like he seems like he's kind of given up everything, but he's still reading on the histories and everything as his wife is. So,
Plus,
even though it seems like he's taken him.
you know, I mean, he's obviously not the heir anymore. He has no claim to the
Right.
throne. His family's basically exiled him. So
Right.
who else would he have a connection with? Who else can help him with any kind of power if he needed it? It would be Corlys.
Right. 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 So it was a smart move to marry Lena. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I just I'm very frustrated with the show. Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm sure so many people felt exactly the same way, especially like recasting some of the main actors, but keeping some of the others. I think probably would have like
keeping Kristen, who looks, I mean, 10 years he looked exactly the same.
Right.
Damon, like they could have
At
done
least
a
he
little
grew
bit
out his hair or whatever.
Yeah, but they could have done a little bit of aging makeup on him at the same time. They didn't.
Right.
So that kind of, I was like, okay, well, he looks the same, right? But everyone else was changed, so it's just yeah. But you know, for viewers, whoever's watching this, I mean, let us know in the comments, what did you think as far as this episode? You know, was it as frustrating for you as it was for me? But I want to know. I want to know that I'm not alone in this. I want to know that I'm justified in my anger and my just wrath right now with the show and the producers.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted us to go directly into it, because I feel like if you had waited like till next time to watch it, you would have been even more pissed.
I would have been even more pissed. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Right.
Anyway. All right. Well.
Anyway, dude.
We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for joining us here and watching along with us. Again, please hit the subscribe and like button and leave us your comments. Please let me know that I'm not alone in my feelings. If you want to check us out on our Patreon, you can do a full watch along with our reaction and commentary, because a lot of the stuff does get cut and edited out for YouTube. For our Patreon subscribers, we thank you very much for being here with us. We appreciate all your support, and we hope to keep growing and bringing more shows that we can all watch together. So with that said, I'm going to say good night.